Greetings, Dr. Steffi here. I was just reviewing some information about ChatGPT. ChatGPT 4 is now out, and it occurred to me to talk to you about how I think some businesses are at grave risk to lose their cutting edge if they don't do the following. You have to have time to learn these things and to look at what does this mean for my business. Will there be aspects that might get replaced by AI? But more importantly, in many businesses is the question, how can I use this technology to utilize it and augment what I do? And also, how can I make sure that I highlight what we can bring to the table that goes far above and beyond ChatGPT, whatever version it may be? So here's the thing. A lot of business owners find themselves putting out fires every day. Would you say that's true? And that really diminishes the amount of time that they have to actually learn new things, work on projects that they keep pushing on the back burner. Those are the important things rather than the urgent things. And that's the tricky thing about it. Now, of course, this is not a new conversation, but what's different here is the pace. The pace is just picking up more and more. And so you lose the cutting edge, and also it just causes burnout. So I want to talk to you about what can you do about this. And there's really two parts of this. There's the proactive risk management, and there's the creating time for innovation and staying at the cutting edge and learning and et cetera, et cetera. And really, luckily, the things that we need to do for both of those things are really the same. So the first thing is that I would recommend look at where are those breakdowns coming from? What are the causes for those fires that you're experiencing and that are sucking away your time? Maybe people are not trained well enough. Maybe the culture in your company isn't such that the expectation is that they come up with a solution first and then only if they fail with that come to you, or whatever it may be. What are the reasons for the firefighting? So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, once you know what the breakdowns are, let's think of systematic ways to address them, because that way you have a system that keeps on working so you don't have to. And in fact, I want to tell you a quick story. So this is a client of mine who actually permitted me to share this with you. And so he said, so we extracted actually his secret sauce, as we call it. It's a recruitment and they basically make matches between a staffing company in a specialty sector, and they're excellent at it, really excellent. And John, the founder and president of the company, he's created this amazing secret sauce called the 5 things. And he says this: the 5 things for us is something that I've really tried for 12 years to disseminate to people, but I've already gotten positive reviews now that we've actually extracted this secret sauce just under the recruiter piece. That, and they're saying, oh my gosh, just having it in a video format and being able to stop and ask questions later. He says the light bulbs are going on and that he couldn't possibly replace those videos anymore. No way, he says. And the thing about that is we've gone far beyond just videos at this point. We've got tools, we've got a whole training portal, but within only 6 weeks, he had a lot less fires to fight. And he says this: why did you get into business? Did you get into business so you could sit at a desk all day and put out fires like you're doing right now? This might be you, might not be. But or did you get into business so you could literally have something that was going to provide you with a passive income that you wouldn't have to worry about every single day? Well, what does it look like for you? Well, what we did with John is, you see, how come that he could not teach his secret sauce successfully for 12 years? You might wonder. Well, that's because some of the knowledge that he was trying to teach was conscious to him, and some of it was not conscious to him. It was in the back of his head. He just knew it. He did it when the opportunity or the situation called for it. And so that's unconscious competence. And the thing about it is that unconscious competence that is so hard to train. It's basically impossible to train without certain techniques. And this is what we do. And with brilliance mining, we pull these out. We make the invisible knowledge visible and actionable and therefore profitable. And so closing the loop, right? When you pull that invisible knowledge out, you make it visible, which you can do actually pretty quickly. A little help helps. Fresh eyes are pretty important for that. But then when you have that, very quickly, you have less and less fires to put out. And that means you have more time to do things that are not urgent, but important. And I submit to you, if you don't do this, you may find yourself out of business because, man, AI tools, GPT, and other things, it basically falls into, I think, two groups. For some, these things are breathing down their neck. And I really invite you, don't let that be you, right? And for the other group, it's going to be like, wow, that's really cool. We can do some really cool things with that, and we can incorporate it into our workflows, and we can, get rid of some boring work and make even higher use of our time and keep on creating, because those AI tools, at least up to this point, they're they're great at processing all kinds of things and combining all kinds of things, but they're not um, they don't have common sense, they don't have intentionality, and currently they can't really invent new things quite yet. So we're still valuable as humans, and we're going to keep it that way. Anyway, I invite you, be part of the group that has time to get to know and embrace these technologies and see what you can do with them. In fact, some of this technology is even great for what we call brilliance mining, which means we have started to incorporate these tools into the process of pulling unconscious competence out of people and or processing them so that you can build these systems even faster. I'm about to go to Nepal, and I'm leaving tomorrow, and I will be back on April 3rd. So when I'm back, I will have a Q&A about the subject, how you can have proactive risk management, how you can have more time to innovate, how you can, actually leave your business for 2 weeks or more and not have things collapse behind you. And so if you would like to be invited to that, drop me a note and I will make sure that you get invited to that. All right, with that, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Put it in the comments, please. And I see you very soon. I'm going to try and say hello from Nepal. We'll see how that goes, whether I have enough Wi-Fi, but I should be able to. Anyway, ciao.